Hello, and welcome to the Thyroid Warrior podcast. I'm Ebony, and I'm here as your wellness facilitator. I'm going to be sharing my experiences in managing Hashimoto's disease. I really hope that it'll help you on your personal journey. Keep in mind, however, this does not substitute for medical advice. It is only for your information and motivational purposes only. Now, let's get started. So last week, we spoke with Mel about how she learned how to adjust to a new life in a new body without having a thyroid gland. And this week, we are going to go in depth more about why it's so important to take care of yourself. And just a reminder, go check out her Women in Bloom collection at mauvepaperco.com, MAUVE paperco.com, and check her out on social media at mauvepaperco. So let's jump right back in to talking all things about health and being your own best friend with Mel. The other thing that I also want to touch on is, how do you deal with those difficult days? Like, we all have them. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, let's just go run through the forest and be all happy and everything is perfect.
Yeah. Disclaimer, we are not running in fields of sunflowers. It is still hard some days. And sometimes I make those bad decisions and I pay for those bad decisions as well. I'm a human being. But for my very low days, now I process it and I think of those triggers. I kind of dissect things now. When I feel a certain way, what caused me to feel that way? And I kind of take note of those triggers and I prepare myself for the next time, right? Because a lot of what I've noticed for myself is with my anxiety is it brings to surface things that I hear in my head or the lies that I tell myself, or, you know, being discouraged or feeling undeserving, like all of that stuff is just like bottled up. And I do feel like whenever I'm going through those low moments, that's just bringing all of that to surface. Mm-hmm. And I just realized that, and I kind of let myself feel it sometimes and really process it. Like, I don't like when people, I don't encourage people to kind of just have this get over it mentality. Mm-hmm. You have to let yourself process those emotions and really kind of figure out what triggers them. Mm-hmm. Don't sit in it, but you're allowed to feel those feelings, but those are not, conclusions. Those are not, your truths. But for hard days, I just let myself process those emotions. I'm like, am I rested? What did I eat? You know what I'm saying? Because it is, you do have reactions to what you eat, especially if it's processed foods or it's like really bad, greasy, fried, yummy food. Like, those have an effect on your body, your emotions and stuff too. So I just retract, figure out what it is that I ate, or is it the lack of sleep that I have? And I kind of just manage my anxiety that way too, like really trying to figure out where these emotions are coming from. Because, whenever I don't get sleep or exercise, I'm a bit of a baby. I'm sorry. Or things are like certain things that wouldn't bother me if I'm well rested, they are like times 10. And I just really have an issue. Like last night, I was so, I was being so sensitive with my husband, and my sweet husband realized that I needed to sleep, and I passed out last night. So I realized that I didn't get the rest that I needed. I was like, oh man, I was tired today, because we go sometimes, and we don't realize that our body's like, all right, you got to slow your roll. So I just process those things and figure out what it is.
I love that. And you are just speaking to my soul right now. You have no idea.
I'm speaking to my soul too, girl.
It's amazing. And I have another little project going that's also a surprise.
Awesome.
Right? But as I was working on that, actually multiple projects. This is just an episode of just mini leaks.
Surprises.
Right?
Yeah.
But, as I was working on things, all I could think about was, okay, this really sucks to put it on paper, or I don't like the way that I feel about X, Y, and Z. Or I was talking to my mom and she has fibromyalgia and heart issues and just a lot. But she also holds on to her anger, her disappointments, and a lot of negative feelings. And I've often said to her, what do you think that you would feel like if you let that go? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just stop it with all your juju stuff. First of all, I don't know what juju stuff is.
Juju stuff.
But second of all, seriously, like when I sit down and I'm not feeling good, I'm like, all right, where is this coming from? What did someone say to me? Just like you said, what lies have I told myself? And when I went to the Making Things Happen conference, we actually had to do an exercise, and it was like a mason jar. And Laura said, fill this with adjectives or the things that you tell yourself that are lies, that are not true. And then the second part of the exercise, we had to fill that jar with the good things about us and the things that we wanted to be and the things that we aspired to be. And once you looked at, first of all, I realized I was telling myself a lot of lies. I was like, that jar is way too full. And that happy jar is not full enough. I have a problem with that.
That's crazy, right?
It was insane. But when I allow myself to process through those emotions, as you were saying, I'm like, oh, so I'm not really upset with this person, or I'm not really upset with the situation. This, and this happened to me in my past that's contributing to this particular thing. And now I'm remembering it from before. Or when I went to get a massage because I was having really bad TMJ pain, and the massage therapist was like, so just so you know, because I also get acupuncture, this is in your gallbladder meridian, the pain that you're experiencing. And she's like, do you want to know what emotion is tied to that? And I was like, what? She's like, anger. Well, be matter of fact about it. Why don't you? All right. I mean, I wasn't going to go there. Like, I have a therapy session coming up, but I mean, since you went there, all right. Right. But she's like, you have to let that go. And I have about 3 journals full of things that I have let go in the past 6 months. And I really do feel better.
Right.
Like, my friend Chris calls it letting go of your anchors. And child, I'm just dropping them in the water like, goodbye.
Right. My sister told me one day, I was venting to her, and I was so mad. And she told me, she said, you know what? You can't change nobody but yourself. Like, you can't change their perspective. You can only change your own. You can't change their heart or their mind. You can only change your own mind and heart. Like, you sit there, you can pray for those people, but you can't change the way they feel, who they are, how they act. And like, and it's so funny now, I pray and I'm like, God, change my heart and my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, take me, because I just want to get out of this headspace. I want to release this anger, this hurt, this disappointment. Like, that's on me. Those are choices that I have. That's a decision that I have to make, is to release that person or to release that anger. Because if we depend on people and what they say and what they do, we are,
at their mercy.
Yeah. And, I really had to process it. I didn't understand it then. That was like when I was just graduating and, going through figuring out my life. And she told me that and I was just like, what? That's unbelievable. I can't do that. Like, they need to understand where I'm coming from. I want them to feel, or to at least know how I felt in that moment. And it's not up to them to make me feel better. It's up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And stress and anger, hurt, you do carry that in your body. And your body does react to that. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on it, to be honest. I mean, I've like great skin at 50. So I need to get my life. You know what I'm saying? But it's so serious. Like your energy, the energy that you like, the things that you invest your energy in, like make sure they're feeding you in your spirit, bro. It's just so serious. And I'm not saying that I'm the most peaceful person in the world. But I do have to check myself and I do have to remind myself. And I know that much to kind of bring me back, to what's important. Like, you can't change that person. You can't change that situation. You can only change yourself and how you react to it. Truth in that, girl. I'm so glad you brought that up.
That was beautiful.
That is so true.
and as a mom, just how do you take care of yourself, take care of your family, run your business? Like, how does that all come into play?
The biggest thing is having a support system. It takes a village. Seriously, it does. My husband is incredible, and he knows how much I love what I do and how much I love being a mom and his wife. And he makes sure that, I have everything that I need. He makes sure that that he helps me out as much as he can. And he takes the kids, like he got them now, in there with him, keeping them quiet. And he asked me what I need. I mean, I got the best team player in there. And our family and friends, like the people that are backing us, like having a support system is the biggest thing. And the support of my husband and my kids, they wear me out, but they are amazing. And I love that they can see me do what I love. It's so cool to see them like painting, or my son drawing stick figures, or my daughter coloring. And, my son told his teacher, he had an assignment, and he told her, on the assignment it said, where does mommy work? Or what is mommy's job? Mm-hmm. And he said, mommy colors. That's so awesome, right?
Oh my goodness.
I was like, he's watching me. That's the best feeling in the world. Like, that, just to notice that your kids are like really observing, what you're doing and stuff. So just ultimately God and having an amazing husband and an amazing support system. That is how this is working. Like, I got backup.
I like it.
I am not doing this by myself.
Back up to the backup to the backup. Yes.
I know, for sure. So.
Yes. That just warms my heart. And for the record, her kids are absolutely positively adorable.
Thank you.
Like, just saying.
They're awesome. Like, seriously, they keep me young. Never a dull moment with my kids. They're so much fun. They have the biggest heart ever. So, yeah.
I love it. And along the lines of mommy colors, I've introduced you, but can you tell us how we can learn more about you and all of the awesome things that you're doing?
So I love to hang out on Instagram, so find me at movepaperco. My website is www.movepaperco.com. You can also join my newsletter. Gonna start doing better with communicating with my tribe. Yes. And I have an awesome idea called the Move Talk. It's really talking about life, true life stories and sharing stories and just talking about being a woman and talking about love and talking about art, lettering, obviously, and what's coming up with, the business. So definitely subscribe to my newsletter because it's going to be so much fun. You're going to get the behind the scenes. You're going to get, first dibs on everything. So, Facebook as well, Pinterest. I'm a Pinterest fanatic.
Yes, all of Pinterest.
all of those handles are Move Paper Co. at Move Paper Co. So just hang out with me there. But I love to hang out on Instagram. So for sure, hang with me on there. Yeah.
I have learned so much about hand lettering because of this woman. Like, I literally have my sketchbook out and I'm like, okay, maybe I could do it like this. Wait, I need to get this pen, or wait, no, I need to do this. I mean, like, I'm ordering prints as a birthday present to myself. Like, no one has to tell me anything. Like, I am going to take that step and do that for myself. And I'm like, ooh, I want the queen picture hanging up right above my desk.
Yes, girl, I can handle that.
So she's just wonderful. And I'm telling you guys, I will put all of her information in our show notes and make sure that you guys have access to that. But it's just beautiful. I don't even know any other words to describe her collections. They're fantastic. So you need to go pay her a visit, go hang out with her. She's amazing. The end.
Yay!
But Mel, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I can't wait to share you with my tribe and with the world. And I'm just so happy for you. And I just can't wait to see where you're going to go.
I am excited too. And thank you so much for allowing, me to have this conversation with you. For so long, I felt like no one understood, my thyroid condition and living with a hypothyroid without a thyroid. Just thank you for having this platform for women like me. Yeah, seriously, to talk these things through and to support and empower each other, because it is difficult living with this condition. And a lot of people don't know that they live with it, and a lot of people are trying to manage it. So absolutely, you're the bomb for having this podcast and, having a platform for women and, me to talk about this and really have a community of people who understand what it is to live with it. So that's so awesome.
I just love you. Well, on that, friends, you already know how we end our episodes. So take care, be well, and be happy, and I will talk to you next week. Okay, Thyroid Warriors, get out there and take things one step at a time. Remember, be great, reflect on your triumphs, and as always, be well. Take care.